All right, so we're here at Mountain Dirty. This is Lee's personal 690 2025 model. Really excited to kind of see what his thoughts are on it. It's built out.
It's 24. Actually.
Oh, it's 24. Okay,
yeah.
Sweet.
But well, here's how it all started. I have built some pretty cool 690s and 701s for some of my customers this past year, and it's really got me thinking. Now, I've done, like probably most of you have done, a lot of sections of the BDRs, but I've never done a complete BDR, which I'm ashamed to tell you with how much I'm around motorcycles. So next year is the year. So I started thinking about this, and I started just grabbing parts that we had here in the shop. Like, as an example, we had a Baja Designs front light, and I've had that on a past 690. I owned another 690 for about 3 years. So I love Baja Designs. I'm a Baja Designs junkie for my truck and a whole bunch of other stuff. I needed something just to pull a little bit of wind off me, some hand guards that could take a fall, because I will fall down. It's what I do best. And then I started thinking, what else do I want to put on this to make this really my perfect bike? Number one, I started underneath. There are some comments about how the subframe, this bolt right here, and then there's some under here, can be compromised just because it's so cantilevered by all the weight back here, with the tank being back here and everything else, that sometimes it will hurt the subframe or snap those fasteners. So we put a reinforcement kit in there. Of course, I put in the dongle to get rid of the side stand cut off, because that is the bane of everyone's existence on these bikes. You hit it with one rock and you're stuck because you can't start the bike. So that's in there as well. I've got a prototype Recluse coming from Recluse that we'll see if I want to put it in there or not. Hi Summit. The Vanash folks, I have a love affair with their products. You can see their skid plate here. They were out of their heel guards, so these are actually the Rottweiler heel guards on here. But they're disc guard. You've got the guard here for that optic sensor on the rear wheel for the ABS and traction control. Then we said, hey, let's put some luggage on here, and so this is a KTM power part. I like them; they're waterproof. They actually come with a clear 3M product underneath to save your plastics a little bit. I put a power part seat on because my delicate derriere is going to need some help. You can see
that's nice right there, actually.
Yeah, and then plus also I like, if you look at this other stock one here, the black. You and I, when there's too much orange, there's too much orange. We know that. And a little bit of black. Crash bars. Larger, these are the KTM Power Parts Adventure pegs, so I needed something bigger to climb all over. Vanash fuel filler here. I mean, it should be on every bike. Unfortunately, the problem with the stock filler, there's two issues with this. Number one, the key can get a bit sticky on there, and then you have the possibility of breaking your key off, of trying to get your fuel filler off. Second thing is, once you take this off, the level of the fuel fill is below the body line, and there's going to be dirt and mud and everything else here, and you want to make sure that you don't put that into the gas tank. So this obviously fills up, and the neck is going to be above that body line, which is so important, not to mention it doesn't use a key. Nice. I've got a Prune Moto extended tail rack here. Let me put this off now. Let me explain the Rotopack. I have installed some of the Raid Garage auxiliary tanks, and I think they give you 1.3 gallons. And it's some cost and money. And I put one of these on a customer bike. You can see it just mounts on, it comes off easily. It's a gallon. 3 bolts, I'll take those off if I don't want it on for any point in time. But I love this rack. Again, it's a Prune Moto through Vanash. So those guys give me a lot of great parts on there as well. But I thought putting a Rotopack on the back would be kind of fun as well. So that's on here. I put a lot of Wings exhaust on. I've got a bit of a love affair from a lot of past bikes with the Aero exhaust. I like the sound of them. It's just personal preference. The Wings makes a great product, but I decided to put the Aero exhaust on there as well. Gets rid of, for those who don't know, that big stock unit over there integrates the catalytic converter, so you get a lot of weight, a lot of heat, And then also it just tends to melt whatever bags you put on there as well, so that came off.
Good looking exhaust, man.
Yeah, so it just kind of worked on there as well. So I think I mentioned the crash guards. We've got the Vanash case guard on there as well. So that's it. And by the way, the dongle for the side stand switch just sits right there, so it's a Vanash part as well. KTM crash bars. Yeah, just lots of little bits. I'm still not quite done.
Molecule skid plate on there looks
Molecule
pretty
skid
beefy.
plate. I took a tooth off that front sprocket already as well. I geared it down a little bit. I just know that's what I'm going to need. Obviously, kickstand foot, I probably need to shape. Oh, I do have a Kuba link on here as well. You
nice.
may not have noticed that I'm not the tallest fella. And so touching the ground's a big deal when I'm weighted down. So yeah, there is a Kuba link under there. Now to help raise those forks up in the triple clamps just a bit, I'm also using the KTM PHDS system, which gives me some nice dampening with those elastomers on the side. So that's on there as well. You can see I'll pull the GPS off my Norden 901 Expedition at times. I put a mount on here as well. The new double take mirrors that are going on as well. There's still a few parts that I haven't put on. I'm still a little bit suspect on the flimsy rear brake pedal here, so there's going to probably be a Vanash part on there as well. And keep that one to take along as a spare. So that's going to come off. What else was I thinking? There's still a few parts that I haven't messed with on here yet, but I'm not going to even ride this thing till next spring, so I've got time.
You mean no test rides today?
It's never been started so far. We have the rig gear tank bag in here. The reason I like this is it's small enough to snuggle right up against there. It's not too big. It is waterproof, so I'll sit right here in the middle. The nice thing about having a tank bag on a 690 or a 701 is you don't have to take it off every time you want to get gas because your fuel's back there. So you don't have that dreaded take the tank bag off issue every time. So yeah, it's a good start. Oh, the heated grips are on there as well.
Oh yeah.
Because I am a delicate boy, so I found as I got older, man, I sure like being comfortable.
We want to be comfortable,
You
man.
can laugh all you want. I don't care.
I get it.
But no, it's coming out nicely. Like I said, enough luggage capacity. What I think that I'll probably do, as I've mentioned to many, I am a condo camper. I don't plan on camping through my BDRs.
There you go.
You know, a hotel without a bar is camping to me. And so I'm not going to need to pack a lot. I probably will put a waterproof duffel that will sit here and just lay on top, hook on here as well as on the MOLLE straps on these bags. So I'll take a small waterproof duffel and I'll have plenty for the week without a lot of weight. My goal is to keep this thing fueled and loaded under 400 pounds. They're 324 dry when they come from the factory. So compared to a lot of the guys on the 1250 GSs, now 1300 GSs, or the 1290 Super Adventures that are going to be topping 700 pounds loaded up, my goal is to be 300 pounds below that and literally ride a big dirt bike. So that's the plan.
That's awesome.
I haven't figured out what to do. Believe it or not, instead of all the tail tidies out there, I want something that's going to keep the mud off. But I think we might just do a little bit of custom surgery right here. Put a mount for the plate up here, maybe even this mount, and just pull this up a bit so I don't break it off, because I know I will. Back to that falling down thing.
Yep, it happens.
Which happens. And yeah, just a couple spools on the back for the stand. We'll see. But
Man,
it's a good start. Yeah, I'm having fun building it out. I'm just going to be really excited to go ride it.
it's so incredible. It's pretty cool when you see and hear people's excitement. You can tell that Lee is excited about this bike. I'm excited about this bike. I want to do something different. I had a Tenere 700 for a while. It just felt too big in most situations. This seems like a really, really good compromise to be able to do a lot of longer trips and still be able to get off and do the good dirt stuff. Love the gray. When KTM does the gray with the orange, I really think that's a good look on these bikes. Floating front rotor, really gorgeous bike in every capacity. Lee, really appreciate you showing us, telling us about your bike, man. This thing is gorgeous. And
for those who want to ride the 890s, 901s, or something bigger, that's great. I was out doing an adventure ride on my 901 yesterday. I just think this is going to be fun to squirt up through the hard stuff while their guys are struggling. It's a dirt bike, and that's what seems fun to me. So I can't wait.
what is the power on these guys' stock?
Oh, I knew you'd ask me that. 73 or 78 horsepower, and I'm trying to remember which one it is. But off the top of my head. But yeah, they're powerful. Like I said, that thumper is smooth ever since 2019. Actually, in 2018, they put a counterbalancer in the Husky first, and then followed up on 2019 on the KTM. So it's a smooth motor. You've got ABS, you've got traction control. I still need to pick up that dongle, by the way, to maintain those settings so it doesn't change every time I turn off the bike. That is one thing that can be a bit annoying. It is stock with a quick shifter on there as well. That'll help in the rough stuff. And you know, like I said, permission to be wrong about every bit of this and change my setup after I ride it a few
There
times.
you go.
But we'll give it a try.
That's how we all learn, right?
That's right.
Try it out and see what works for us. Man, these new double-take mirrors are nice.
Yeah, that's their
I
new,
like that.
I think they're short enduro.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want anything too big. Obviously, the way they're just going to collapse for me and get out of my way is going to be great. So
Nice.
they
More
make
streamlined and smaller.
Yeah,
and
they
I
make
like
a
that.
quality product. They really do. The big thing I like about this is they don't, at highway speed, I've had another set of these, they don't vibrate too badly. So I enjoy them a good bit.
Yep. And the owner's a super good guy over at Double Take. Love that stuff. Good quality stuff.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, the 690s are awesome. Lee, you've got them here. You got a couple of 690s here, and the 701s as well. Real similar bike, right?
Yeah, so and I've also got a few left ES 700 GASGAS 23s still, but they all are the same platform. I'll tell you the fun fact is the 690 actually has slightly more fuel capacity. I want to say it's like 0.4 liters or something like that. Not that it's a huge deal, but we try to mix it up in the garage. So I've got a lot of Huskies in there as well, and so this one just spoke to me. This KTM needed to be built. So, but equal fan of the 701 as well.
Awesome. A good looking bike. Thanks again for sharing. They've got them. Mountain Dirty Motorsports. We love them. Thanks, guys.